Hi. Oh, wow. So this was an experience. Now, I just had to share. All right. So I was juggling. What do you do when you have like that, half blonde growing out and, the roots are over here and I'm growing my hair, so I didn't want to bleach it. And I went for it. I was like, let's do something really, really amazing. So I used the Splat Midnight Magenta. I'm going to link extra pictures in the description box below. And so I used this last night. Right, here we are. You have to hear the story, right? So I used it last night, and I know that I was like so concerned about don't get it, don't drip it on my skin, don't do anything because I've seen the nightmares. And when I was done, I I mean it was pretty true to the color on the box, but my roots were, well, you can see them, like my roots were about here, and the rest of it was like very, very blonde. You could see in my other videos. So it did take a little bit lighter over here, and so I'm looking at it, and I'm like, and I walk out of the bathroom, walk around for a second. I'm thinking about it, trying to process all this. Like, okay, this is different. I do Zoom meetings and stuff. And then I said, I don't know. I got to look at this. I'm in shock. I have to look at this. So I turned on both lights in my bathroom. They're very bright. And the first thing I did was like, it looked so neon that it freaked me out. The only thing I could think of was, oh my God. And then I thought about the fact that I'm going to be visiting some people over the holidays over here, and I'm like, I already have anxiety doing that anyway. Like, and I'm not someone who wants to draw attention to me, like that kind of attention. So then I started panicking. I'm like, holy shit, I don't know, I blew it all out. I did everything. I'm like, oh, it's shiny. It didn't feel dry. It didn't feel like it wrecked my hair. It didn't feel like it did anything like that. But I was like, I don't know. So it, in in the different lights throughout the night, like I had to go to a Zoom meeting, and then I'm in that light. It looked a little more red. It looked whatever, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, I didn't know about this. And by the time I woke up, when I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh, good morning. And I'm like, holy shit. No, this is a no. This is an absolute no. And I went into full panic mode because I'm like, I'm not dyeing my hair black. I'm definitely not bleaching it. Like, I don't know. So, hello. Yeah, I had to tell you my story. You're not getting the answer from me without sitting through my pain as well. So I researched, I've watched all your videos, I've read all the information, like as much information as possible. And I'm like, I do not have some $500 to go hit Ulta and say, please go, fix it. Wish I did, but I don't today. So this is what I did do. It came to me, right? I mean, I'm psychic, but it doesn't always happen. Like, it doesn't always pertain to myself, but I have to tell you, I freaking prayed, man. I know this sounds like crazy shit, if you're not whatever used to my channel, but I literally did do it. I was like, please, whoever, give me back my hair. I cannot go out looking like a clown, right? So, all right, here's the answer. What did I do? I kept looking at the color wheel, and it was like green, 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 green. I'm like, oh, my luck, man. My hair is porous, it's bleached. Green, I'm going to end up like having no hair. It's going to be a nightmare, right? And the one thing I did have is I happen to have, and I have it, I'm going to show it to you. I had a box of cheap hair dye that it's like my go-to in the middle, box of stuff. And I was going to even my hair out a little bit before I went drastic magenta. And I said, well, wait a second, it has ash in it. I don't know, right? And when I Googled it up, it was like, well, it has there, I want you to look at my hair though. It has ashy tones, which can sometimes screw up my blonde and make it green. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna try it. So I have to tell you this, right? This is like so important. So mix it up, right? And I might as well tell you what it is, right? I don't know the YouTube process thing here. What do they have here? Okay, so it's Revlon Color Silk 70 Medium Ash Blonde. All right, so just so you know, right? And I'm thinking, well, she doesn't look green or any, she's got beautiful hair in here, right? But so I go to mix it, and as I put it on here, I was thinking that I'm gonna end up with like red hair. The pink is gonna like tone down brownish type thing. And as I'm putting it here, I'm like this. I'm like, okay, and then I kind of look down a second, and I'm all right, like this. And I look up, and I can see blonde, and I'm like, I know what I just put on my hair. I know there's no bleach in here. I know what's going on. I'm like, I don't even know what's up. And so I moved it over. Mind you, my original roots they were darker, right? They're like right here. They would have been here, and then I would have my like more whiter was going on here. So I pulled it. I was like, what? And as I literally within a half a minute, this is important, right? Literally like within like half a minute, the pink was just like deleting itself, like airbrush deleting itself. It wasn't coming off my gloves. I don't know. I'm not a hairstylist, so if you are, you're probably like, oh yeah, you know this. But anyway, so I'm thinking, I don't know what the hell's happening, and I'm like, oh my god, is this going to be bad? So I was running my fingers through my hair to make sure my hair. I'm like, please don't fall out. I don't know I don't know what's going on here. But then I looked, and then I thought to myself, if this is the case, that this is toning some kind of like, oh my god, way, I'm going to move it, right? So I went as fast as possible. Now, because I had the like brightest pink that was reddish, like I'm going to give like neon pink. That's why I started up here. Normally I don't do that. But so I started. And I also had, when I did the splat, I had the stains on my scalp, right? So I'm like, oh, that's a problem too. So I went through everything. Take a look at this, right? I went through, you might see a little bit over there. No, I'm going to come back later, but anyway, so I went through this, and it occurred to me, go quick. So it was sitting there, every single thing. Okay, so from application to magenta turning blondish, like revealing the blonde, not even a minute, maybe barely a minute each. So, okay, let's go, right? We're going to go around the whole thing. We're going to go back here. We're going to do it. So I was moving really fast, right? I'm going, and then I'm looking at it, and, just like, oh my God. And yeah, it did occur to me that get this off my hair. Don't wait the whole time. Just, I don't know, like wash it out. So I rinsed it so fast, scrubbed it out, soaked it with the conditioner, the Color Silk conditioner. If you're familiar with that stuff is good. And towel dried, and I looked up and I'm like, oh my God, like that's it. It wasn't messing with me. It wasn't like, sometimes if you use a toner or something, like it I don't know, changes your hair, does something. So I blew it out, nice and just a blowout, right? I blew out, and it looked kind of pale for a minute, but because I have curly hair, as I grabbed them, each part, mind you, like I went like this and just, but pulled it out. I started noticing like it was calming down a second, and it was becoming this silky, right? So you cannot be serious, right? And I go in the light and I check it out, And it looks to me I'm sitting here, I have a window in front of me. In certain lights, you might see a little bit of green, but it's not really green. If you can see, it's like, I think where the white pieces were, like the real white, but as it's blended in, there, see, as it's blended in, I want you to see this, like, so it's more ashy. So if you're into the ashy thing, like, depending on, if you see if I move right like this, so I'm gonna go through and tone it in like probably 2 weeks or something, but I'm no way am I gonna do this now. So that is what I did to get this midnight magenta out of my hair. I'm speechless. Like, I'm absolutely speechless. I don't even know. So I don't know. Everyone's hair is different, but looking at all the different processes and stuff like that I was reading through, I was like, my hair's gonna fall out. Like, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So I'm not a professional. I don't freaking know. I had some luck. And I don't even know how to do a video like this, honest to God. So I'm just giving you the information. That's it. And last night when I was sitting with this hair, by the way, I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm 15. And so for a second I was like, this is kind of cool. Kind of cool. I was like, but I got to go back to work. I don't know if I'm that bold. So looking at it back to like this, I'm kind of like, maybe in the future I'll do something like it again, but like something temporary that's going to wash out. That's not going to be like, you know. So anyway, good luck to all of you DIY people out there, and I hope it's helpful. So awesome. Take care, and yeah, I don't know. I'll never do another hair video again, but just figured this one's important. So, all right. See you guys.